Well, g'day, Tubes. How's she hanging? Wow, did we have an adventure the other night, through the night. Let me tell you this little story. Man, oh man. Went to work, come home, all good, fine, no worries. It was about 9 o'clock p.m. here, roughly. So it's dark in the house anyways. It was dark, you couldn't see. 9:30ish, something like that. And Sarah, my wife, oops, I almost dropped it. She was out picking up, I think, Dylan from work. He's working at one of the restaurants just kind of down here washing dishes, so that's fine. And while they're coming home, while I'm in the house, I'll tell you both stories. They're driving home, actually just kind of through our traffic lights here. And all of a sudden, she's like, wow, Dylan, did that get really dark? And he's like, yeah, all the street lights just went off. It's like, yeah, okay. So they come home anyways. I'm in the house at that point, and I was in the bathroom, and we've got the little screw LEDs into the socket thing. The LED looks like a normal bulb, but it's an LED. And it just sort of went, I had the light on, of course, and the lights in the house on, and it just kind of went, and then out, I'm like, whoa, and then it's like this. Well, no, that's not going to work. Pitch black anyways. It was dark. And Paisley in there, she was with me, and I'm like, Paisley, you okay? Where are you? So I got my little flashlight out of here, and she's standing right beside me like, she was kind of messed up looking. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, what's going on? Power went out for some reason. It was raining, not thundering or lightning or nothing like that, but it was raining. Light kind of rain, nothing major, heavy or violent or nothing. And so I'm like, what the heck's going on here? Really? We were fine all winter. Never had to use the generator once all winter. So by that time, they're in the house, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. The lights just went out, or the power went out or something. Maybe I forgot to pay. I don't know. I look up, our neighbors, and she's usually got some lights on. Well, she's pitch black too. I'm like, okay, well, it wasn't just us. But what really ticks me off is like this plaza building here. You can kind of see. And the traffic lights. And then there's, you can't quite see it, but over this way more, there's a, like, it used to be an old motel there. All their lights were all on. I'm like, weird. Hey, baby girl, what you doing? She maybe come see us. Anyways, so it was weird. The power went off, so I'm like, okay. I looked on the hydro one. Oh, here she comes. Oh, what are you doing? Goofy girl, she's got a ball. What are you doing? Oh, she's staying down there. Doesn't want to come up here. Paisley! She says, no, I got ball. Hi, baby girl. Hi, sweetheart. Up here. Hi. Hello, come up. Come on. No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Come on. Up the steps. Come on, up the steps.
Come here. Come here, I'll help you.
Come on, baby girl. Up. Up, Paisley, get your foot up. There you go. Oh, you're up on the tractor. Hello. I'm going across here, and I'm sneaking through here. Now you're going to be stuck, aren't you? Can you jump? Go get him. Get your bum through. I know you got a big bum. Get it through. Go on. Good girl. Good girl.
Get the ball.
What a goofball. She's so cute. Man, she is wicked smart, too. We can teach her something new, like, within a couple of hours. She's got it. It's crazy. Out here, though, she'd be a little bit, well, you can see she's crazy. But inside, when she's focused and listening, holy man. We literally taught her how to wave, so she'll sit there sitting and just bring her paw up and wave. In like an hour, she picked that up. It's like, holy crap, little turd, smarter than me. But anyways, so yeah, the power was out. I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I looked on my what we call hydro here. I don't know why they call it hydro, but electricity app for the company. And you can zoom into the map and you can see all the areas that are having trouble. So ours didn't have a trouble area. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I went and reported an outage, and then I went and looked at the map, and oh, sure enough, now there's like 304 customers affected. I'm like, oh, okay, so something's going on in just our little area, of course. Our line that comes down through the big subdivision up there all the way down through to us, we're like the last, well, the cemetery actually is the last, is just terrible. Sometimes, like this whole winter actually has been good. Can't complain. It's been really good. But it's been, traditionally we're out really, quite soon. The first ones, and then the rest is all on and down. I don't know why we have such bad luck, but anyway, so that sucks. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll go get the generator going. Of course, I haven't had it going all winter. I think I've started it up and let it run for 5 minutes a few times through the winter here, but I had to get some gas in it, of course, too, you know, so I filled it up and then went downstairs and flicked off the main power and bypassed the ones we got, you know, like the fridge, the freezer, the sump pump, the furnace, my computer room, of course, it's got to be on that. And actually, it runs out to the shed, too, so I had to actually have power in the shed, too. But anyways, so got all that going, and great. And then, geez, by the time I got that going, by the time I got settled in bed, it was like 12:30 at night. I was freaking beat, so laid down, passed out pretty much right away. I am listening at the generator because it's kind of at the end of the house here, right? So I can hear it like, brrr. It's just idling because it doesn't really speed up too much until it really needs squirrel running, until it needs more speed for more power, right? It's like an inverter generator, I guess, so it doesn't really run. Oh, there he is. Oh, so anyway, so I had that going great. Things are running the way it should be now. Power's still off, of course, but we got the power going from the gen. Glad I put that in. That was a good investment. The power generator panel thing, that was a good idea. So anyways, fall asleep about 12:30. At about 1:50, I hear my truck alarm going off. And it sounds like this. Right? It's loud. So the middle of the friggin' night, you can hear that. It woke me up like, you know, and I'm just barely into like, probably, I don't know what stage to sleep I'm in. I'm like, what the heck? I look out the window and I see the lights flashing and the horn going. I'm like, what the heck's going on here now? Really? Is someone like seriously trying to break into the truck? So I get dressed, and it was weird because the horn stopped going, but the lights kept flashing. So I'm like, that's kind of weird. So I didn't come out with any guns or nothing. I just came out with my big flashlight. If I come across someone, you're getting clubbed with that flashlight, man. Like, it's a heavy flashlight. So I come out, checked everything. Nothing was broken, but then I looked at my app, and it said that the alarm sensed an intrusion into the vehicle, so it sets off the alarm. I'm like, really? I looked around, there's no broken windows. It doesn't look like anybody's tried to jimmy anything anywhere or tried to bust open a lock. I don't know what it was, but it's like, really, that had to happen in the middle of the night too? Really? Are you kidding me? So now I'm dragging my butt from that little episode, because I was pretty much up the rest of the night. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm not falling back asleep now, because if someone's prowling around here. I don't know if someone tried to get in, but into it, I don't see any areas where they were trying to bust into it, so I don't know. But apparently these things are quite hard to start up and take off in, unless, apparently, if your keys are kind of kept close to the door, some people hang them on a hook, they can get close enough into your house and they can reprogram a fob from your fob, get in and drive away. So it's like, really? So mine are never by the door, so maybe, I don't know what maybe it was a false too, I don't know. I didn't see anybody around here, you know, and they might have been hiding. I don't know, I was flashing around everywhere looking, I didn't see anybody. And of course, you know, with the power off, all my cameras are off too. So, I mean, really, that would have been a perfect time to steal a vehicle when all the cameras were off and the power was off. So it's like, that sucks. But anyways, by that time anyways, the power was actually back on. It was on again at about 20 after 12. I didn't realize that, of course, though, right? Because I had turned my breaker right off. So you kind of want to do that in case something happens to be able to charge the rest of that circuit way out to the street and everybody else's house. That'd probably not be too good on the generator, we'll say. It'd probably kill it right away, honestly, because it'd be so much drag on it, just blah, and that would be it, right? But no, so that's what happened the other night. It was interesting, and yeah, so the power was on at like 12:20, so I'm out here at like, I think I woke up and I thought, you know what, if the power's back on, like nothing was on in the house, right? None of the lights or anything that has all the lights on it were on. So I'm like, okay, must not be back on. I'm like, oh, you know what, I could check this if I check my garage cameras, and if they're on, then the power's on, because the power goes right down through there too, right? So sure enough, they're on. I look back at the camera at 12:20 and like, oh, okay, that's when it restarted the cameras again when the power come back on. So I'm like, holy crap, what a freaking night that was. But anyways, don't know what was going on with the truck here. That was kind of odd. Like I say, I don't see anything, and I've pushed on it and had it rocking really good, and I still couldn't set the alarm off. So I think it was a false alarm thing. I'm just not too sure, but you think if someone was trying to key it or something or get into it, you'd maybe see a bit of damage or something, but I didn't see anything. So I should actually try to. Let me get my feet untwisted here now. I should actually try to open it with my key here and just make sure that something wasn't jimmied, we'll say. Oh, sorry, I was about... Never actually opened this with my key before. Oh, it does work. See, that's kind of what it was doing the other night. So it almost makes me think someone maybe had it open and then they buggered off. I don't know. It's weird. But you wouldn't think that would do this. Like, let me switch you around here. Hang on a second. Well, that's locked. Thing's set. So if you're jimmying this and you... Oh, geez, I got it open. Fred, I got it open. As you open it... Oh, crap. Let's get out of here. Now, let's see what happens here if the horns stop. I don't want to run it that long. It was running long enough the other night doing that, but it's weird because the lights kept going after, but the horn had stopped. I'm like, that's weird. So then I'm like trying to get dressed real fast and, you know, my clothes back on, my boots on. I'm like, I gotta get my boots tied up because if I gotta chase after someone, floppy old boots wouldn't be so good. So I had to get all of them tied up too. But I don't know. I also started it. I also started it while I was inside, so that might have freaked them out too. Maybe if there was some here buggering around with stuff, they might have took off. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, fun stuff. And my cameras on the house wouldn't have caught anybody coming in because they didn't have power to them, I guess. Oh well, what can you do, eh? Tell you what, man, if I catch you stealing my truck, you'll be down on the ground first, and then we'll be digging a hole. Not a good idea to steal stuff from me, that's for sure. Yeah, good luck, man. If you can get away without me shooting you too, you'd be lucky. Anyways, it would take me a lot to actually have to pull up a gun on someone and shoot them, but I'll tell you what, if they're threatening me or my family, you're dying first, man. I'll tell you that right now. So, anyways, threatening me with some kind of knife or gun or something, yeah, you better make sure you shoot me first because I'll be getting you first. And we're just planting you. 5 minutes, I have a hole big enough to throw you in and your vehicle if you're here with another car. But anyways, threatening, eh? But everything else looks good. These are still all locked up. It's all good. Like nobody was getting into this. There's only locks on the one side. But if they had a fob and they could program it, you could get into it, and somehow they start them up and away they go. So it's like, come on. There's actually a dealership about 40 minutes from me here. Man, they were organized. Let me tell you, they had flatbeds and everything. They were firing up vehicles. How? I don't know. Loading them on the flatbeds. I think they got away with, but this is before COVID. They got about 15 different trucks and about 20 cars loaded up and gone out of this dealership. I'm like, holy crap. So yeah, you know, the more electronics and crap and, you know, keyless entry and all the stuff they put on these vehicles is not a good thing. Everybody says, oh, I want it loaded. Well, yeah, that's nice, but you know what? You should get stuff too that's a lot theft resistant, more theft resistant maybe. So anyways, but what can you do, eh? They're gonna steal it, but I'll tell you what, you better be... I will shoot my own truck to get that guy that's stealing my truck, honestly. It would not bother me at all. I'll put holes all through that thing to get that guy out of there. So if you're in my truck and you're driving away, you better duck. I'm gonna say you better duck. But anyways, yeah, it wouldn't bother me at all to start filling that thing right full of holes until the guy bled out into the carpet. That would be just fine, you know. But man, people stealing stuff now around here is just freaking absolutely crazy. Absolutely. Apparently the other night there was a vehicle like this stolen on the other side of town. From here, and it was that key fob thing where they left the keys near the door and the guy could sense it, I guess, and then get the code for the thing, unlock the vehicle, and off and gone with it. I'm like, holy crap. This is a lot of years ago now, but when I worked at the rental, we used to have a big parking lot kind of thing, probably about the size of my yard here, but on the one side we had a a bit of a hill for unloading stuff into the back of people's trucks, right? So they just back up to that and you put a roller on it or whatever, you know, the way they go. Someone had backed up to that and left their truck running, which was a bad idea. I guess left it open too. I don't know what kind of vehicle it was now. It was a long time ago. Left it running, was in the office there doing up the paperwork, and he come in, he's like, oh, did you guys come back in? And he's like, oh, did you guys have to move my truck? And we're like, no, we've all been here, bud. He's like, oh, well, someone's off with it and gone. And I don't know if he ever got it back. I never heard, but people stealing stuff around here. It's probably the same in every area, wherever you guys maybe are too. Stealing stuff like crazy. Campers. I'm so worried about someone walking off with this thing. That's kind of why it's parked in like that. And I really should have it turned the other way, which I could do with the tractor. I could get in there and make it really hard to get it out then, right? Put the rear to the back here. It's really hard to get that out, but stealing campers all over the place. I'm like, oh my goodness. And locks and all that crap that's on it, they just go right through them, hook it up and gone. So that's kind of why I park here, you know, so the truck's kind of blocking it a bit, right? But you got to be a pretty quick, pretty damn good driver to get this camper hooked up and then turned out to the road there. It's not easy. It's really hard even backing in. Let me tell you, it's a nightmare. So I'd really like to get that put somewhere else, even maybe down below there somewhere. They'd probably still hawk it away down there too, though, but get it away from the house maybe, and then put it maybe down, I don't know, down there somewhere. If I get the gravel up a bit higher, then it'd be a little bit harder for them to maybe get it out right. And I could technically maybe chain the axles to a tree or get it up and then take the tires off. Even like, what do you gotta do, man? Just leave people's stuff a freaking alone. Oh my goodness. Leave people's stuff alone, man. Like, holy, it's ridiculous what people are stealing now. Like, even at the stores. Like, I can understand, like, this stuff's expensive and I need soap, okay? Well, really, holy crap, it's just everywhere. It's just stupid. It really hates me that, you know, I need to have, like, all this crap in my pocket to keep thieves and bad people away from taking stuff. It's just freaking stupid, man. I hate having to carry like 1.5 pounds of keys around with me all the time. But anyways, I'm getting off my rant here today, but I'm just a little bit soured and wondering what was going on here the other night with this thing, and if there was someone here or not. I don't know. I don't know. Never saw anybody, but you know, by the time this was beeping and the time I got dressing out there, they were probably long gone. So it was probably, if someone was trying to break in, I don't know. You think you might have seen a little bit of Lock Jimmy stuff or something, but nope. Technology, eh? Isn't it great? Love technology, but I also hate it. Love to hate it, if you want to know what I mean. But anyways, that's enough ranting for me today, I guess. I just thought I'd share that little weird story with you, from the power going out to someone maybe trying to steal the truck. I don't know. Wow, what a weird night, though. I don't want to do that again. And yeah, like I say, I didn't get much sleep that night, so that really sucked. Oh, there it is there. Something just popped through on the Ford thing there. I think it was probably, I'm going to just check that. Hang on a sec. Okay, so the first one that I had the other night was an intrusion, it said. And this one says the door was unlocked and opened, or open and unlocked or something like that, and triggered the alarm. So that's exactly what we just did there. So that's interesting, eh? What is the intrusion thing, though? I don't know. How would it sense that? How would it know that? There must be sensors inside or something that detect motion. I doubt it, but who knows, man? Who knows? Boy, you would think that it would be smart enough too, that if it detected that it would immobilize the engine from starting, or immobilize the transmission from going into gear so it can't be stolen. You would think it would do something like that, wouldn't you? But I don't know if it's that clever or not, you know. You would think it would be, or it could be. You know, if it detects an intrusion or a locked door open and the alarm triggered, you think it would immediately immobilize the engine from being able to be started until you have the actual key to put in to turn it on, maybe. I don't know. It's weird. It should have something like that, you'd think. Ooh, who knows? But anyways, okay, that's enough for today. I guess I might as well shut this thing off. I'm not going anywhere, so That's probably burnt up about $6 worth of fuel right there, just running this thing. But anyways, yeah, that's crazy. What a night. But anyways, thanks again for watching. Hopefully you guys are good and safe and not getting potentially broken into, we'll say. And if you got stories like that too, let me know. Just put it in the comments, or we'll read some of the comments. It's pretty interesting. But it's interesting, but boy, you get angry, don't you? Man, if someone's trying to break into your stuff, man, you want to kill them right away. Tell you, if it was Texas, you would be doing that too, right? This ain't Texas though. If the freaking cops even get a whiff of gun oil, they're on top of you. It's like, really, I can't defend myself, really? No, you let the guy break in and take what he wants, and then he just goes on his merry way with all your items. Apparently that's how it works. Crooks have more freaking rights in this country here than us people do, apparently, the honest ones. I don't know. It's like, okay, so I think the thing was, if someone breaks into your house, I think you're allowed to shoot them if they're coming at you, but if they're running away from you and you shoot them, then you go to jail for that. If you kill them, you go to jail or whatever. It's like, that doesn't make sense. He's still in my house. Doesn't matter if he's coming or going. Blast him, that's what I think anyways. But so anyways, that's it. I better stop because I'm getting too violent. Because it just ticks me off. I'm sure you guys have felt this one time or another as well. So, but anyways, you guys have a good one. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you all later. Man, oh man, what are we gonna do in this world? It is just insane now.